Good morning, good morning. I'm looking at my prompts and seeing what to write about. I think I'm writing about turning point. Hello. I am writing about turning point. That's my prompts this morning. This turning point. So I might end up reading it once I get it written. I have a bunch of books on Kindle, Audible, and in print. Right now, I am writing about turning point. Like, you might have a turning point in your life. One of my books that I have available is called Hojoki for Children. Another one of my books that I have available is called Poems I Need Later, Optimism Longing for Itself. So I have over 50 books, so you would just have to look through all of them to know what they all are called. One of them's called Journey Almost to the Waterfall. And I also have a lot of books published that are prompts. So I do put out prompt books so that people can know what to write about. And some of those prompts rather include, so like prompts in my prompt book include today's inspiring story, or be more playful, what is universal, introspection, like you could write an homage, like homage to quiet, homage to fruit. You could write about regret, hope. So there are lots of options. But right now I'm writing about turning point. One of my books available on Kindle, Audible, and paperback is Life is Looking Up, Regaining Hope with Mental Illness. Hello, wild card. We are writing about Turning Point. If you don't want to write about Turning Point, you can write about whatever you want to write about. I also was going to write about changing patterns that didn't work. Hello, Piper. It is early. I like writing early. Hello, hello. I'm writing about turning points. You can write along. My morning is going pretty good. Nothing very eventful. What do you write? Somebody asked, what do you write? I write all kinds of stuff. I write poetry, I write prose, I publish books, I write haikus, I write memoirs, I write fiction, everything. My favorite poem that I have written recently, I don't know, I've written so many poems over the years, but I do have one that I would like to read if y'all want to hear it. My favorite poem that I wrote in the past year. I'll read it if you want to hear it. Okay, so this is my favorite poem that I wrote. Oh, thank you. This is my favorite poem that I wrote in the past year. There are two things out here I want you to know, once said a wizened nephew on a starlit shore. I noticed only vastness, so he gently shut my eyes. Now what do you hear? I heard my breath, or was it the waves rolling in and out? What else? The beat of a distant drum or a heart? His hand opened my eyes to a giant sky. I still felt so small there on that beach, but I am the drum and all of the waters. I can close my eyes and open them again. I felt more connected then. All the rhythms are shared, all the air. So that was one that I wrote. Trying to think of another favorite poem that I wrote. Oh, thank you for saying sounds spiritual. It probably was. Yeah, I would say so. Um, Trying to find a poem that I wrote. Um, I've written so many poems, it's hard to know which one. If there was like a theme presented, I might find one on the theme, but not sure what to read. Um, yeah, I want to hear a poem. Um, Here's a very short poem. The hummingbird's beak in some old flower. I walked into the ocean and ended up a fish. Let's see what else. Um, Sometimes I'm not in the mood for certain poems. Let's see here. Kahil Gibran. Yes, I am. I am familiar. Yes. Thank you for asking. Hey. Okay. Let me find another one. Did my poems make you think of Kahil Gibran? That's very much a compliment. Here's one. No, I don't want to do that one. Let's see here. I have an idea. Um, Before the ocean makes her cry, my friend took her baby to a crowded shore. Her tot dove in and wanted more. I remember the world before the ocean made me cry, before I nose dove in the sand beneath, trying to body surf. Salt water dries swifter, and the shore breeze helps. I learned that water is scary and mighty. I learned to fear the undertow. But even after I was caught up in a riptide alone, I made my way and out. I got up early the next morning because the tide had calmed overnight. I wanted nothing more than to swim in those waves again. Yes, I embrace the abyss. Hi. Um, Mouth of God. Fog is lying low upon us, like the mouth of God, going in for a breathy kiss. I stop to touch the citrus plant I've been growing. It feels damp like a rainforest, I know. I see a flock of birds that catches me, takes me up the stream with them, where they land on wires. I have fallen in love with birds, with the ecology of life. with life itself, with God. Franz Kafka. I think that I have. Isn't that the one who wrote Metamorphosis? I definitely read that. Franz Kafka. Yeah, I loved Metamorphosis. The one about the cockroach. That was really good. I like classics a lot. Here's another one. Okay. I am sleeping in the most beautiful dream I ever had. But I just realized waking life is being bombed and starved and interned. What will I do? My sleep is almost perfect, but if I don't wake, I cannot use my voice and platform. Use the remaining sliver of democratic liberty to join forces and try to save the world. Um, you're asking what I wish to see change to save the world? I wish that the genocide in Gaza would end and that the occupation of America would end by Trump and ICE. I wish that would end. Yeah. Hope so. I have another poem. Um, it's just a wrinkled leaf, but once I saw a bat on the path in the woods in the middle of the day, and my sister said, "Wait, don't touch it. It probably fell from its tree. Let it be. It'll be all right." There are times I have felt like that, like the branch was clinging to, like the branch I was clinging to blew loose in the wind, like I landed rough and bumpy out of place, and though I could try to fly higher, like it is my instinct to stay curled in place for a while to let my bones rest and my injuries get to feeling a little better. So, what we do is sleep in these times. Sleep in the fetal position, sleep on the leaf litter, where we are, a foreign place to us, the wrong part of the forest, somewhere more dangerous, with more danger around. But I think of all the people who, when they land from such a fall, they have no home to return to, or they're trapped somewhere in a prison or worse, and all they can do is sleep and hope. Here's a poem about swimming. How does the water feel? The pool is cold, but I get used to it. It feels like I'm gliding across the world. It feels like I'm flying. I'm timid about freestyle at first. I'm aware there aren't many options to breathe. I love moving fast, though. This is my swiftest stroke. I'm gliding, I'm free, I'm soaring, I'm ageless, I'm limber, I'm happy. How do the fireflies see my headlights? How does the bird view the shoreline? Little Zipper, he follows, because from breakers fish rise. How does the fish see the trough beak of a gliding pelican scooped up in a bucket, then black? And does the night see the day? A strange friend, political opposite, unknown, unimagined, never touched, except two brief moments at dusk and twilight, sunset and sunrise, when the light and dark mingle and the world's spheres pull closer for such a fleeting short time. But noon will never know midnight. Noon will never reach out to midnight to comb her soft hair or invite him to dinner. With no one else there, noon and midnight are distant as opposite ends. So they dream and envision and write poems imagining their counterpoint has a wild side. Maybe noon sees midnight as risk and loud, when in peaceful place it's not true. Maybe midnight sees noon as hot, when in temperate winter noon can be icy. I'm I just noticed, oh hey Autumn, yeah, we're still writing, except I was reading some of my better poems. Somebody, a cult again, I like a cult crime investigator, says the essence of life is obscured by the mind. Its perception of time and life intertwines. Reach for the soul and look for the light, for it will guide you in the darkness of night. Did you write that? That's good. Autumn, you can write about Autumn wants to write. I think Autumn, have you already written about Turning Point? Because that's what we were going to write about. We'll write for 5 minutes about Turning Point. You should follow my channel, Occult. That's awesome. Write a poem about Turning Point. That's what we're doing. That is horrible. They threw away your book of poems? Hi. If you all are writing about Turning Point, you're welcome to share what you write in the comments. I wrote a little poem. Yes, turning point as in a life-changing event with positive momentum is what we have been writing about. If you wanted to, here's my poem. I need to be the lighthouse that fills the boat with hope. I shall be helpful in the night. I will not cause harm. I will not cause hurt. No soul will be lost at sea. Let them know the moment of transformation. Let their spirits rise like sparks of gladness. Albanian. That's cool. Nice to meet you, John. I am about to log off. I've been on here a long time. If anyone wrote anything else they want me to share out loud, I will read it out loud. Otherwise, thank you all a million for watching for so long. And we'll be doing these rights in the morning. So stay tuned and follow me for more if you would like. Thank you for subscribing. Have a great rest of the day for you too. And thank you for enjoying my poetry. Bye, y'all. Send me your poem, Autumn.